The knockout blow may finally be here. Wizards of the Coast is ready to bring players so many new cards that we're not sure how we're going to handle it all. Now, when we're talking in today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 10, the hottest selling cards in Magic this week, and the singles market as it currently stands. But later in the video, we are going to be discussing what's happening in the secondary market with all the new products Wizards of the Coast still has lined up for players to buy, and as wallet fatigue continues to tear away at the player base. Wizards of the Coast is not done with the players yet. They've got Lord of the Rings, they've got to give us some Doctor Who, and they got to finish things off with Ixalan. All of these products are designed to get into our wallet, and we still have amazing singles to buy right now. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. And this is quite the video today as we start getting into how much we still have to cover before the end of the year. Most of you guys saw Vegas Con and all the upcoming stuff, and I have to admit, I'm going to be covering the Secret Lair stuff in another video later in the day. I'll give it a little bit of bonus attention. I can't cover it all in one video and include this information in a top 10. So we're going to cover what's happening with Ixalan, and the uptick in some of the cards we've seen has started to spike some interest in the market space as I got information from local stores and some of the stores I deal with that a lot more interest came around after the Vegas Con went out there. The FOMO has started to grip people. Doctor Who prices have started to increase at some local LGS retailers. Players need to be aware of this. Some stores will start a little bit cheaper to try to attract the money in, but as more cards get revealed or as there's the potential for better cards, they uptick it by 5 to 15%, and that's apparently what is happening right now in the market space. And then, of course, we've still got to finish off the Lord of the Rings Special Collector Edition, where they gave all kinds of cool treatments to cards, gave some special unique cards into the set, to try to keep this set truly evergreen and keep the money flowing. It is a brilliant move on the part of their marketing team and the way they put the products together to really garner the attention of players for this game. And as much as we love the game, you have to admit, guys, wallet fatigue has never been worse. There's just so many products for us to pay attention to, so many ways to turn, that players are kind of lost in the middle now, wondering, well, I can't afford this and this and this, and they've got to be picky and choosy even though they may want to try them all. Now, I find this very unique to the game right now, where we have so many opportunities for great cards, but the value may not be there for each set you're trying to collect. Understand that the reprintability of so many of these cards coming back in a couple of years really kills off the potential FOMO that most of you should be feeling right now, where players may right now want to dive into a box, grab hold of it and say, I got to play this. That's fine if you just want to do a box or something with some friends and have a good time. But none of these things are truly collectible or investable because they're all going to be reprinted at some point. Do not fool yourselves. These are not reserve list cards. They are just set pieces to come out, and the value will decline each and every month over a set period of time until they reach a new bottom level somewhere about a year from now. If all indications of what I've seen in the past come true, based on the sheets I'm following and what I've kind of followed in the last couple of years, everything will come down in price. And it's going to come down anywhere from 20 to 40% over the course of a year to 18 months. So patience is our ally when it comes to a lot of these new products. You don't have to have it now. If you truly want something, I understand that, but just be cautious with your money. It's your money. You've worked hard to get it, and to think that you're going to spend all of it on a card game that's going to get reprinted a sheer number of months from now, within 48 months, most of these things coming around again, and you may have paid 80, 90, 500 bucks a box. Crazy stuff to think about. And knowing what we know about Amazon, the dumps, you got to be aware of this stuff and always keep it in the back of your mind. Be a little bit cynical about the pricing structure of how they're gauging the value of their game, but really, I got to admit, the pieces look amazing, the game looks fantastic, and the construction of the game is brilliant so far from what I've seen, and I love the artwork and some of the cards are showing us. They are making it very hard to not pay attention. And when it comes to some of these secret layers, anyone who knows the Moxman knows I have a lot to say about the upcoming secret layers, and I will do a separate video for that. Now, we still have to discuss the top 10, the hottest selling cards in Magic, because the overall volume of cards is way down this week. Even though Wilds of Eldraine is now totally cracking into the top 10 and Lord of the Rings is losing some of its staying power, the overall volume of cards you'll see in today's video is much lower than previous card counts, which just really shows you that players are getting ready for new sets coming up, or wallet fatigue has really taken hold of them. And I'll be curious to see what you guys say in that comment section. So I hope you guys take a few moments somewhere in the video to put some comments in there. Let me know how you feel about what's going on in the game, because it's important to always have that communication, that conversation here on the channel. Love it or hate it, it gives you a gauge of what's going on, even if it is just this small channel here. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Join in, it's free to do. And of course, it helps me get closer to that 20,000 subscriber mark. We're almost there to 19,000. It's crazy that we're about, 80 subscribers away right now? Crazy stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's start this top 10. Let me show you what we're talking about here. And yeah, let's get this party started. The number 10 position this week is Leyline of Sanctity, Wilds of Eldraine Enchanting Tales. This card has an average price of 99 cents US. The market price is 81 cents US. A foil is $2.45 US. It had 1,590 sales from September 16th to the 22nd of 2023. Now, I remember somewhere back in 2018 or 2019, and I trade in a lot of cards to get this card because it was like a $40, $41 card. So I did all kinds of trading, and to think now that this card has a market price of $1 just a couple of years later, if this doesn't show you what happens when you overprint your cards and all value is gone, I mean, it's a great kind of telling tale of what happens. Now, I know a lot of players will be very excited to be able to get these game pieces, and I know lots of my friends have been buying play sets of 4 just because they've never been cheaper and they can put them in all kinds of decks. But it is something to be aware of, that if there's no value, why are people cracking these exorbitantly expensive boxes? Very interesting conversation for later. Now, the number 9 card this week is the Mosswood Dread Knight. This had 1,704 sales September 16th to the 22nd. The average price is $1.75 US. The market price is $1.58. A foil is $1.73, and it's €3.93 to get this card into your house. It's around $4 here in Canada. And of course, the Mosswood Dread Knight is a decent card with 1 green, 1 other, but also has the Sorcery Adventure of Dread Whispers for 1 black, 1 generic. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. But the Trample is a nice little side ability, and when Mosswood Dread Knight dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your turn. This is a very nice side ability that players need to be aware of. Cards like this just really get that card draw ability going. It's amazing. But again, lower volume sales overall. Now, number 8 this week is Hardened Scales, Wilds of Eldraine Enchanting Tales, with an average price of $1.55 US. The market price is $1.33, and it's $3.44 to get this card into your house. And here you can see 1,792 sales this week, September 16th to the 22nd of 2023. It's around $3 here in Canada. Hardened Scales, I remember way back, what was it, Khans of Tarkir or Fate Reforged, somewhere there, Dragons of Tarkir. It was in that block, though. I remember being just such a brutal card. Now, it's a 1 green casting cost enchantment. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on instead. That's crazy. +1, right? That +1. Very, very cool. Love this card. Now, when we're taking a look at the number 7 card, you'll notice, guys, the sales this week are overall quite low. And here, not dead after all. Even though it has 1,870 sales this week, the average price is only 50 cents. The market price is 35 cents. A foil is $1.26, and it's 84 euro to get this card into your house. Only $1 here in Canada. But you can see it only had 1,870 sales. We're talking about $800 in total sales in a week for this particular common. Now, it's a very decent common, don't get me wrong, but it's the idea that cards even this cheap are not getting the attention they did even a week ago. I think people's wallets are getting a little bit tight, and I think players are preparing for some upcoming expenses. Number 6 this week is Impact Tremors. This is again Wilds of Eldraine Enchanting Tales, 1,987 sales this week with an average price of 39 cents. The market price is 18 cents, and a foil, it's only 54 cents. When we take a closer look at the card, it's an enchantment that says 1 red 1 generic. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. It is kind of a cool ability to have going if you can find a way to pump out all kinds of tokens or creatures, but the idea of a card like this is a little bit kind of fun. It's been reprinted lots of times, but I do enjoy this artwork. I think it looks pretty snazzy, and it's so inexpensive, but even then, it didn't even crack 2,000 sales. Now, the number 5 card this week, this is Stroke of Midnight. And of course, 2023 sales is not bad. Even at this ranking, I can kind of see the numbers are upticking, but overall, compared to the last several weeks of what we've seen from Lord of the Rings, they're just so low. The average price is $1.20. The market price is $1.06 a foil, $1.50, and it's 91 euro to get this card to your house, $2 here in Canada. For those who don't know what this card does, it's a 1 white 2 generic instant. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human creature token. Nice card, nice way to get rid of some big bad boys out there when they least expect it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 4 card this week, and that is Utopia Sprawl, Wilds of Eldraine, Enchanting Tales. Now, you'll notice in today's video, there's a lot of Enchanting Tales cards on the list because the artwork is really beautiful to look at. They're very inexpensive, and before they were quite expensive to get these cards. Now they're just so affordable. This card here has an average price of 50 cents. The market price is 38 cents, and it's 72 cents for the foil. Here in Canada, it's only $1 for Utopia Sprawl. This thing is a 1 green Enchantment Aura Enchant Forest. As Utopia Sprawl enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever Enchanted Forest is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of the chosen color, so it taps for 2. It's kind of a nice card to have around, gives you that definite mana kind of edge you might need at the beginning of the game. I like the card. Now we're going ahead and taking a look at number 3. Now we're back to Lord of the Rings, and this is the Troll of Khazad-dûm. This thing has been here for like the last 2 months. It still had 2,301 sales. The price is tapering off and the sales are slowing down. The average price is $1.23. The market is 93 cents as the average there. The foil is $3.75. It's 71 euro, and here in Canada you're looking around $2 Canadian to buy this card. And of course, it is definitely going to be that swamp cycling ability that draws all the attention to players who want to have this card. But even with the slowing down sales, the prices are not tanking. They're just leveling off, and that's something to be aware of because the box openings for this have kind of come to a standstill, and we're not seeing a lot of action. Now, number 2 is Lorien Revealed. That's right, it got knocked off the top spot. It hasn't been able to get itself back there. It still has 2,612 sales, and again, this price is actually slowing a bit of an uptick. Just a little tiny bit, like 5 cents or 10 cents upward, but it's moving that little bit. The average price is $3.50. The market is $3.27. A foil, $6.31. €2.20 to get this card in your house. It's around $6 here in Canada. As a common, at this price point, players need to be aware this card is going to get reprinted and reskinned in a different way. Even as a secret layer, it's coming back. Now, this card, for its island cycling ability, already makes it a powerful card. But adding the ability there to draw 3 cards later in the game when you don't need the island cycling is just something very unique and powerful for all these cards that players need to be aware of. But you've waited long enough. Let's go down and check out the number 1 card this week, and that is Up the Beanstalk, Wilds of Eldraine, 2,943 sales this week. The average price is $3.29. The market price, $3.41. A foil, $4.83. €1.80 to get this card in your house. $6 here in Canada. And this is for an uncommon. Now, this is something we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. This card being an uncommon means it's great reprint fodder for later on. It has a very powerful ability players are going to want to explore and use and exploit to the best of their ability in gameplay. And since you're not going to see a lot of this product opened in the next 90 days, the price is probably going to stay fairly level unless something better comes along. Now, as we end off the video here, I just want to remind players that there are a lot of choices out there right now for Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of ways to indulge and enjoy the game. Nobody says you have to buy these products all up front and all right away. And you do not have to pay them top dollar. These things will all go on discount if you wait long enough. It's been proven time and time again. And reiterating the point that yes, the singles market is the strongest part of Magic right now, but all these cards are going to get reprinted. We all know they're coming around. So save yourself a few dollars. Buy the singles you really need. Maybe indulge in a draft night with some friends and split the costs. But this is a great game. And I can't wait to see what people think in the comment sections about what's going on right now, because a lower volume sales video like this one, where you've got about half as many sales as in previous weeks, it just lets you know that any given day, Magic can have a bad day and the sales will be lower as players think about other upcoming expenses they have. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and thanks again for hanging out with me and supporting my channel every day, guys. I appreciate you all. It's a crazy world we live in, and you guys allow me the opportunity to share these kind of things with you. It's epic. Thanks again to my patrons, my YouTube membership members. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and don't forget, bring a friend to Magic. Oh, we're here again. We're at the end credits. These are all the amazing patrons. These are the supporters. I know, guys, if you're thinking about joining my Patreon, I understand it's full and it's hard to get into, but don't worry. The 20K party is coming soon. I'll see you guys later. Patrons rock. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and thank you for making it to the end. The Marvel Cinematic Universe that I do not represent, but I still enjoy talking about, because Marvel movies, I get a kick out of it. Blue Beetle I saw, not so good. I like the actor, too. I liked him in Cobra Kai. They just had to give him better material and a better storyline. It seems so... They didn't have very good writers on that one, I don't think. It didn't go well. So anyway, here we are at the end of the video. And I put soundproofing foam in this room. So hopefully you guys notice a difference in the sound this week. Not so echoey, I hope. So please leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think or see. Hear as you go. People don't always, they kind of forget I'm hearing impaired, so I don't always recognize when there's issues. So I appreciate when people do put comments, letting me know, and I'll try to improve it. And as I get more money, I'll add more foam in here. That's the best I could do on my limited budget at the moment. And on an off note, totally unrelated to anything, I'm a little peeved off at TCG Player. I hope you guys are still buying from TCG Player and using my affiliate link, but a whole bunch of the vendors canceled my orders because I was ordering a lot of stuff, obviously, and they canceled them. I was really upset. Obviously not TCG Player, but the vendors I was trying to buy from. I was like, seriously, you don't want my money? That's ridiculous. But anyway, I was not happy. Either way, thanks again for being here, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys had an awesome day. Looking forward to seeing you. And yeah, we're going to talk about Evil Dead. But it deserves a whole video, so we'll get there for that secret layer. And Princess Bride, actually. Whole conversation there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome day. I'm leaving.